Hey there, Snicker Snacks. Welcome back to Vorpal Tales Presents Awesome Adventures on Onyx Path. As always, I'm your host. Yes, I do need this many cats. Thank you very much. SpaceLordPJs. Let's introduce our intrepid adventurers. Key, Devin, Dixie, and Eddie, and Zach. Oh man, I left Zach off again. That's not cool.
Yeah.
How you doing, Awesome Sauces?
Good, doing good.
Cool. Cool. Tell us who you are and what you'll be playing tonight.
Hi, I'm Dixie Cochran. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing Jisk Everchild, who is the snake amongst mice in this group. He does not, however, eat mice. He is friends with them, and he eats eggs. And his mom made him this hat. He is also an alchemist, which is a calling from Pirates of Pugmire that I am excited to be kind of bringing into a different location.
Nice.
My name is Eddie. My pronouns are he, him. I'm one of the in-house developers on Onyx Path, and also I am the developer of Squeaks in the Deep. And today I am playing Basil Calabash, who is a mouse psychic. And he's just kind of figuring out what my colleagues are trying to do.
I guess I also did write on this book. I probably could have said that.
You should have mentioned that, yeah.
And I work at Onyx Path, too. But also, more importantly, I'm a snake. Whose mom made him this hat.
That's really what needs to be. Everybody needs to take away from this. Yeah,
it's much more important than my day job.
Exactly. Right. That's why we're all here, really.
Right. Gonna be a snack for 5 nights.
5 nights at Snickies.
Zach.
I am Zachary Naldert, he, him. Tonight I am playing Sonoran, the Rat Ruffian.
Devin.
I wasn't sure if Q was going or not.
That's why you should call on each other.
Yeah.
Fast.
Okay. So hi all, I am Devin. You can find me online at Sorta Sullied. And tonight I am Stradeo McSqueaks, no matter how many times we pronounce it differently. And please don't put me anyplace high. The bats were alright, but please just don't lift me up again.
Promises.
And yes, hello, I am Kisama. Find me on Twitter at TrueKisama. And tonight I will be playing Wamba Big Eyes, the rat analyst.
Nice. So we here at Vorpal Tales are being the best allies we can be and encourage others to do the same. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Just be excellent to each other. Find ways to get involved and better your community. And for those of you following along at home, tonight's awesome adventure is a true favorite of mine, Onyx Path's Realms of Pugmire, Squeaks in the Deep. And Eddie, this is in Kickstarter right now, right?
Yeah, we are currently kickstarting. So if you do a search for Squeaks in the Deep, you'll get right to it. And last time I checked, we are just over 200% funded, which is really, really exciting. And we just stretch goals of getting background material for rabbits. So not only will we have playable mice and rats, but also at least some information about the rabbits in the world of Pugmire. So the more we get, the more we can unlock.
Very cool. Awesome. That's cool about rabbits. Didn't know about that. Very neat. So this episode is brought to you by Squonk's Deep Delving Donks. We see the underground in a way you've never thought possible. Head down to Squonk's and get donked. Tours run twice daily. Squonk that Delving Donk. Thanks to Onyx Path for publishing some really awesome games, settings like Pugmire here. And as always, we're using Astral Tabletop, the delicious awesome sauce of online gaming tools, allowing friends to digitally roll some bones together. You can always find us role-playing, live tweeting, updating, recapping on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube at Vorpal Tales. Most importantly, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/VorpalTales. And with the introduction out of the way, we can get to why everyone is here. In honor of Key making it tonight, I think we should all impale ourselves on bones of fish.
We spent a whole lot of time presenting that exact situation.
Yeah, we said we were going to come back in 5 to 12 billion years.
Right.
Right.
3 to 12. 3 to
12. Let's be accurate. 3 to 12 billion years. We still have at least 2 billion left to go.
Okay.
They didn't let us take the fish bones with us when we left.
No, we tried.
We tried.
True.
No. I mean, no. Right. You know, I did spend most of the week trying to figure out, like, an actual scale of time that they were talking about. versus like real
doesn't
time.
work.
Yeah, no, it was just like, nah, that's dumb. Time is inconceivable anyway, so why bother? Cool. So, Key, glad to have you here this week. We were minus Amber, actually, so unfortunately she had to go to work, which sucks. Anyway, support labor. So tonight we begin our awesome adventure with Squeaks in the Deep, published by Onyx Path. Last time our Squeaks in the Snick of the Deep, the Duchess Hoppins von Gigglebottom von Mal hired a group of rodents and a snick to adventure down into the depths of the underground and deal with the pending curse of the Tomb of Wags. After taking their first steps into the deep, they were attacked by horned bats. Then they came upon the crushed remains of the tomb, but not its contents. As they traversed the underground tunnels, they followed a stream which nearly led them to a gelatinous death. Taking care of that issue, they then came upon a group of insane geckos among the tall bones of some long-dead creature. Led by Electrix the Luminary, who appeared to have no concept of time, the geckos demanding the occasion be marked by the group impaling themselves on the bones of fish. The group of delvers, avoiding impaling through quick wit, and made friends, in quotes, question mark, with the lizards, and carried on. Moving through the great maw of a boned beast, the delvers came into a room with a pool of green water. There were some remnants of ancient concrete walls and the natural rock. Yeah. All of it was painted with the white or chiseled into the rock of the motif of the rodent skull. Squeaks and Snick, a wide, glowing, possibly radioactive pool lies before you. And on the other side, who knows? What do you do? Remember your personal fortune votes from last week. And there are 3 group fortune in the pool. So what do you do?
Can I use my No Arcana to determine if the strange water is in any way dangerous?
Yes, you can. Roll Arcana.
Okay.
Oh, I have some dice. Where are my dice?
That's not great. 11.
I can
11.
do it with you. I can do it with you.
Okay. Snick will help us.
I will help. I will help with a 23.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's nice. So,
I took out my little alkalis kit, and I've got little vials and little glass things and tweezers.
nice. Yes,
Open at it.
you're able to do that, and then you do all that, and Basil's over there trying to fiddle with his, do it yourself at home chemistry kit, and you've already got things figured out.
It's basically just like an eyedropper and 1 vial. Oh, that's it.
So, Jessica over there has got the whole properties written out real quickly while Basil's sort of looking at the bottom of his vial that's been burned out by the acidic water, and Jessica's like, it's acidic.
Well done. Excellent observation, Jessica.
But
It
how
also
acidic?
seems-
Is it lemon juice acidic, or seawater acidic, or battery acid acidic?
It's burn your face off acidic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not acidic, it's acid.
Yes, more
Got
or
it,
less.
Got it.
It is 100% acidic.
Yes. As you're standing there doing the tests and everything, where is that dice? There it is. You start to hear murmurings and chatter behind you, down the mall that you walked through, and then you hear foot pads come running up behind you.
Hide.
I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna stand between the sounds of the footpads with my shield up and my mace out.
Okay.
Get behind me.
That is all the dice. Yes, cool. Okay, so yeah, you do that, and you see well, I guess Key, describe yourself.
Yeah, you see a rat running down the hall with these big glasses hanging on his face. And a little orange coat made out of a lunchbox that's been torn up. And he's just running guys!
Uma, is that you?
Yes.
I didn't think you were coming. Hey, glad you made it.
I'm sorry, I saw some cheese.
That's understandable. What's good cheese?
Good cheese. Could have been colder. That was good.
You should have waited until you got here. I could have made it colder.
Mm.
Cold cheese is better.
I would like to say I'm glad to see you, but I don't want to lie to you. Hi.
Basil, that's mean.
No, I'm trying to be polite by not lying.
Sometimes you lie to be polite.
I mean,
Okay.
not lying. Hi.
Bring me
Yes.
any eggs.
Sorry.
I guess I'll eat
No
one
eggs.
of these then. And she pulls out one of the like bad eggs from before. Well,
Anyway,
Pretty
please do not walk into the liquid. It is, in fact, acid.
yeah, don't touch it.
Wumba goes, like, he leans down to look at it, and his eyes pop out of his skull as he looks. Just a little bit, like, acid. And they just recede back into his skull. He just looked at him. That's why they call him Big Eyes.
Okay. Is there a way around the acids, or is it like
No,
around?
like it goes right up against the wall, and the walls sort like curve upward, so any footholds or anything like that would be difficult to obtain.
How far across is this acidic path?
It's a pretty fair distance. You can see the other side, but it's not like you can hop, skip, jump, or make it over there in any sort of way. You need something to get across, but there seems to be nothing around that, as far as you can tell.
Stradeo, didn't you say something about you could make the cheese colder?
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking it doesn't have a full range though, but I mean I can cool the acid down. Maybe I can make acid.
Does that
Acid?
work?
Ice acid?
Will iced acid still burn you?
I don't know.
I feel like it might be like
We could try.
dry ice, where you just stick to it and then you die.
I don't want to stick to it and or die.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Thank you.
And there's nothing like above it or anything. Like it's just like a big empty cavern.
Yeah, it's like a big empty cavern, and as you get up, like the walls sort of form like really long, like skull teeth, and then you get up, and then there's like sunken eyes and everything. So like there's these skull motifs that go up all around. And at the far side is just this one bigger one than the rest, and you see what looks like a corridor that might go through the teeth, the missing parts of the teeth.
And is there any, like, I guess the teeth you could use to tie something off to?
It's possible.
Okay.
Well, could you just walk across the wall and carry a rope and tie it off over there, and we can tie it off over here?
I was thinking that same thing, yes. But then we would have to move along the rope. Well, you would have to, I would not. But I don't want to drop you in the acid.
Well, if you do that, I can try and make acid.
I still think the acid might hurt.
I think it hurts less than the acid, though, because then it'll just burn the outside skin rather than the inside skin.
I'll say that from your tests earlier, Jesk, you know that this is a type of acid that, yeah, if you froze it, you'd probably be safe for the duration of crossing before it actually started affecting your shoes or anything.
I don't wear shoes.
Right, their shoes. Sorry.
Okay. We could probably freeze it. I could help you with that. I can also freeze things.
Alright, cool.
Well, I can make a cold ray, which I'm assuming freezes things.
Yes.
I just start having a bloody nose as things suddenly start getting a little cooler.
Nice. What spell are you using?
Temperature control.
Temperature
which is
control.
the one that lowers it 10 degrees every round.
Yeah.
I think it's 10 degrees.
Yeah, I remember that one. It takes you a few minutes to get it down where you start noticing that it's starting to freeze the acid, and it's like bubbling and hissing and foaming next to it as it's getting colder, and you start forming this chunk of ice from where your hand is, where you're like manipulating the temperature. And then, yeah, you actually get sort of a ice raft that's floating there that could carry most of you, it looks like.
Yeah. I can elemental ray it too to make it like even more solid.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that'll... You definitely know that the problem's not going to come from the ice block that you formed. It'll be more or less your ability to get a rope over there and pull yourselves across.
Oh, I can do that. I can spider climb again.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So I will give y'all one end of the rope, and then I will take the rest of it and coil it, just kind of like let it slack so it doesn't hit the acid. They spider climb up and around.
Cool.
On the other side. And then I can help pull you across.
There you go. You tie it off on one end, and then are you gonna tie it off on the one end, or somebody just gonna hold it and then pull them across?
I guess we should tie it off on both ends, and then they can like overhand it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking tying it off because I was just thinking us trying to pull it and then us tipping ourselves over into acid.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Right.
So I will...
I don't think very many of us have strength.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
It's a thing bigger creatures have.
In or out of game, I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
I mean, I can tie off the rope, and then I can come back and help you pull the rope, because I am much stronger than all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think Sonoran's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sonoran's a big old rat type. He could probably pull you. And that's one fewer person on the boat, which will probably increase all of your chances. I'm not scared of the acid, no.
Cool. So Sonoran, you got to pull them across while the rest of them try to balance themselves on this ice block, not tip it over.
So that I have to cross to pull him across then, right?
No, it's
No.
like we like tied a rope on either end above your head, so you have to
So like a pulley
overhand.
system.
Well,
Yep.
it's not a pulley system. You're
Well,
just pulling it with
yeah.
your hands. But yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like you'd have a rope that goes across, then you just pull yourself across the rope like that. And,
Yeah.
We just ride along.
yep, that's it.
You
So-
should freeze his feet to the ice block.
Oh.
I
That
would
would-
use water for that.
And wouldn't that also hurt him?
He's got boots on, doesn't he?
Wouldn't that hurt his boots?
No, it's just water.
The acid.
Well, use a canteen.
About that.
I'm just trying to help. I don't want him to slip off.
I have water with me.
You all took
Yeah.
rations and like.
Yeah, we all got
canteens and
stuff from
things.
the-
Oh, that's right. That's right. Never mind. That's right.
Yep.
I should write that down.
Like I said, anything that would be sort of traveling gear or climbing gear, things like that, you have a rut sack that
That's right.
contains it.
Oh, you should put those little shoe python things on and kick those into the ice.
Oh, there you go. That's an idea.
Little climbing python-y things. I just
Yeah.
don't want you to slide off while you're pulling. I'm like on the other side of the acid, like, it's fine, just do this.
But
Also, the colder it gets, the more you see Jusk start yawning.
So I'll kind of like curl my toes to try to like dig into the ice block.
No, put the pythons on and then kick the
Yeah,
ice.
you could like wrap a python. There you go. So between all of your different devices and ideas, you manage to get on the ice carefully. You've got Sonoran in the middle, who's like overhead and just starting to pull, and you're all just carefully balanced. Sonoran, you give me a traverse check while everybody else on the block of ice give me a balance check.
$16.
16, nice. All right.
18.
18, good.
So if I don't have traverse, I just roll Constitution then.
Constitution, yep.
And because I don't have traverse, does that mean I don't add my proficiency
Correct.
bonus?
Correct.
So just my Constitution, so that's 18.
Okay. Oh wow, nice.
That's still really good.
That's a
Yeah.
really good roll.
That's a 10 for Wamba.
10 for Wamba. So everybody's doing just fine. Sonoran's easily pulling you across. Just, hand over hand. Everything's going well. He's securely secured in the ice block, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. Basil's over there just sort of like looking at the reflections in the pool and the weird green crystals that are down in the very, very clear water. Meanwhile, Wumba's over there, and Stradeo, is doing Stradeo things. But Wumba over there is just sort of like gazing up, keeps looking up.
Eyes bugging out of his head.
And just kind of forgets where he is, and he starts to stumble off the block towards the acidic water. Or the acidic, I should say.
Oh, whoa. I'll try to grab him.
All right. Yeah. Roll me your survival check.
Bold of you to assume I have that. So I rolled a 5 with my strength, makes it a 4.
Oh, okay. Ouch. So you don't catch him, and Wumba starts to slide off, and his foot sort of dips into the acid, and he takes 4 acid damage. It starts to eat away his shoe.
Okay.
And foot and leg. But otherwise, you make it across without any problems. And the ice block kind of bumps over on the other side. Sonoran waits for all of you to get off. Then he clanks off with his python shoes. And there you are on the other side.
Wumpa's actively blowing on his foot. He's like sat down.
You should put it on the ice.
Yeah. Goes over to put it on the ice. The acid ice.
The acid ice. The
I haven't stopped. Just for his sake.
The coolness of the ice soothes it, but obviously doesn't restore your hit points.
Yeah.
But you feel better.
Wumpa now has a furless foot. And it's okay.
It's a little bare.
This is his life now.
Can you make it warm? Can you make it warm in here again? I'm very tired.
Let's do that in the next room. It'll be easier.
No, see, I'm cold-blooded is the problem.
Yeah, but that's contagious.
Basil's eyes glow briefly, and I will use temperature control to slowly increase the temperature in this room.
Okay. Around you, it starts to get warmer pretty quickly. You can even see that where the ice is starting to gloss over as it starts to melt. And you can move on through the tall, wide teeth of the motif of the rat skull into another cavern.
I'm going to sit all.
And so you walk through that edifice, a giant rat skull, and you walk to the other side where there are large sort of windows carved out of the rock, very tall, kind of like what you just saw with the teeth thing. You kind of look out and you realize that there's the same motif this time that kind of goes over this huge cavern that looks out before you before it just fades into the dark and the rock itself, as if somebody got bored chiseling these things high up on the cavern. And far below at the bottom of this deep cavern stretches a long bridge deep in the dark, arcing across its cool looking waters that cover all that you can currently see at the bottom of this cavern. And there's torches on this bridge, and you see what appear to be individuals on it, sort of keeping guard, you guess. And there's a long pathway that leads down into the depths of the cavern to this bridge. It's pretty exposed. You realize that there's no cover, and if you approach, they'll probably definitely see you coming.
What kind of individuals are they? Are they mice? Are they more geckos? Are they rats?
Give me... You could try to sneak up there and see. Otherwise, roll a notice to see if you can kind of make them out, because it is pretty far down.
What's the ability for notice?
Wisdom.
Notice.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
No, that's the skill.
Sorry.
9. Not great.
9, you're like, there's something down there.
We'll also attempt to notice.
Okay.
20.
20. Nice. So you squint, and you may even have like a spyglass or something that you find in the rucksack, and you can look down there, and at first glance you're like, oh, other mice and rats. But then you notice that they're covered in like these white splotches, if not like completely white themselves, and you recognize them as mice of Laborator.
So Basil will kind of take a spyglass and kind of just very firmly kind of close it up. The cult.
Here, on this island in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, which does not bode well.
That's weird. Does that mean there's science down there?
There's potentially evil science.
Sometimes they just twist good science. You know that.
I do know that, but point is, we don't know what weapons they have. We don't know what they're guarding. We don't know what they're attempting. We should move cautiously, but I don't see a way to sneak up on them. They won't notice us.
Fall on them from the ceiling?
I could climb down behind them.
It does look like you could sort of spider walk all the way down the sides of the chasm, or the sides of the walkway. I'll say it lasts forever.
Oh, okay. Lasts forever.
It lasts long enough for the scene to take place and for your GM to at some point go, it wears off. And then, yeah, but you could walk along the side and you could maybe get to the side of the bridge and kind of poke your head up and see what's going on down there and maybe do a count and see what's up. But the rest of you going to have trouble getting down there without being seen.
So how far could we get without being seen?
You could probably get halfway before they'll start to notice you in the gloom.
Well, let me go at least see what's up with them, see if I can hear anything, since I have advantage on sneak checks. Pardon me, I have a cough.
Don't you keep eating your eggs too fast.
16 on my
16. Nice. So it takes you a few minutes to get down there, and you're just sort of like snicking down the side of this thing, and you're just snicking upside. And you go along the side of the bridge, and it seems old. It seems like it's been here a really long time, but it's weird because parts of it are sunken, parts of it are broken. It looks like from the ancient times, and almost like, I don't know, did it fall down here? Did it get buried under something? You're not sure.
Is it a wooden bridge or a metal bridge or like a stone bridge?
It's like a stone and metal bridge, almost like a highway type overpass type thing.
Oh, okay.
And so you sneak up the side and you kind of poke your eyes just over the edge, and you can see that they have a few fires. There's two who are standing a lazily sort of watch at the edge of the bridge at their end, and you kind of look down and you can see the shapes of something tall like spires and buildings far off on the other side of the bridge if you walk along it. And there seems to be two guards guarding the edge of the bridge. There's another just sort of sitting by the fire, and then there's another sitting by a cage just picking his teeth, and you can see there's like a lumpy mass inside the cage.
Okay. I'm going to like gesture to everybody to come down as far as they can.
Okay. They can make it about halfway because there's a little bit of a barrier that they can kind of crunch down, but as they the pathway will start to open up to the bridge itself, which would expose them, so they're able to sort of hunch down and see in there.
How long would it take them to get from there to here? Like if they were like running?
Once they get to that point, then if they ran, it would take only a few like rounds per se.
Okay. In that case, I throw a smoke bomb into the middle of everybody.
From where we are, what is like as the crow flies distance?
Like several hundred yards.
Okay.
Not in arrow range is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, you would have to move and sort of get up into skirmish range first.
Okay, well, if y'all want to start running, then I can throw a smoke bomb, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Oh, an idea.
Yeah. So, would any of them be within 300 feet of us?
Yes. Well,
I have a very
feet.
long range on this.
How far is 300 feet?
It's 100
yards.
yards.
Football field?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're probably you would have to start running, and then like you could smoke bomb, then you could do the sort of then you'd be within 100 yards.
Because I have Mind Scan,
Oh.
I think is the one. Yep. So it's one action. It's basic parapsychology. And I attempt to make a basic mental connection with a character within range. So,
And what can you do with that?
adjust the difficulty to resist this power according to familiarity with the character. Once I've established the connection, I can get the general sense of the target's location, and I may use other telepathy powers on the target as if I had line of effect.
Okay.
It
So
takes
it's
my
sort of
full concentration to do this, but
It's like you have radar on that individual. Okay.
and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. Give me a sneak roll real quick. Let's see if you can actually hide yourself and get within range and do this.
That's just a flat d20. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's a nat 20.
Ooh,
Wow,
Good time.
look at you.
well done.
So you get on like your belly and you scooch up and everybody's like, "What are you doing? Don't do that. You'll see you." But
Wumba
you're able-
turns, bugs his eyes out, and just goes shh.
and you're able to get up within range and you cast your spell and they have to roll against it.
Roll a.
Yeah, that guy's thinking about candy corn and science in sciencing candy corn and what you can do with candy corn and science. He hasn't just flubbed that roll.
Is candy corn one of the secrets of man?
Possibly.
101st theorem.
And here comes the fun bit.
Okay.
Okay. I have will control.
Oh.
I'm not throwing the smoke
On
bomb until
machine.
I see whatever the hell's going on. So
Yeah, you can kind of see that this one just sort of like gets a little dazed look, and you being compatriots, you can easily see Wampa there doing his thing.
Wampa's eyes bulging out of his head as he just stares intently at this.
Okay.
Using will control, it's a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
or they have to follow my command, which would be hit him, and he can interpret it as much as he wants as to who he hits, but the command is to hit him.
Okay. Jess, you're down there with your smoke bomb just ready, and you see this one sort of like get a dazed look, sort of like shake and just kind of look at his partner across the way. He walks over and just like slaps the other one upside the head, and the one's just like, "What'd you do that for?" "I don't know. Felt like it." "Then why'd you do that?" "Why'd you feel like that?" "I don't know. Just felt like it." "Hate your face."
Wampa turns his attention to the other one and attempts to do the same maneuvers. So another wisdom saving throw with the command "Get mad." His eyes are just
I thought it took
really
your
going
full
at it.
concentration to go on one of them.
Yeah.
On one of them, break it and then go to the other.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay.
flip flop.
So
Just
you,
to set this up, set up a little fight
the two
as a
of them are just
distraction
like,
so the others can get a better ambush.
the one you can feel sort of resist your pull, and he's just like, "I wanted to hit you for hitting me, but then I just kind of wanted to hit you for hitting. What's going on?" "Something's not right." "Boss," and he kind of looks at the one sitting by the fire. He's like, "What?" Something's weird. Something's going on. I feel funky." "Yeah, whatever. You always feel funky. You two at it again? Idiots." The other two are just having this like really terse conversation with each other. Everybody just kind of seems distracted and not looking at this point.
worked. He like pulls his hands away from his temples, kind of rubs his eyes a little, blinks, gives a little pause up.
Are they all within a 10-foot radius of each other, so within 20 feet of each other?
I'll say that the boss who's by the fire and the two who are arguing are within 10 feet of each other, but the one by the cage is not.
Okay. So you'll see Jess kind of like on the wall wherever he is. He kind of puts away the one little vial he has, and he pulls out a different little one.
Okay.
And this one's got like an orange glow to it, almost like this, like a little orange,
Oh, nice.
globule. And he just kind of looks at them, and he looks back, and he just kind of like does it, like, "Are you ready? Are we ready?" To like kind of like, and he just chucks a firebomb down in the middle of all of them.
And I will start charging in at that.
Okay.
So there's 3d6 damage at 10-foot radius, and everything's on fire now.
That is a lot of damage. Nice. Roll the damage.
Bomb. I'm an alchemist. I finally get to roll bombs.
Yay,
bombs.
12.
12 damage. Oh man, is there a reflex save on that for half, or it just hits?
I'm never rolling a reflex save for the bomb.
Or is it splash damage for half?
I mean, you can if you want to. There's nothing in the rules that prevent that, but it's not inherent to the bomb.
Oh, so they just all take
bombs
12
are
damage?
bombs.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a bomb. It sucks.
Bomb. It's a grenade,
Bomb.
basically.
There's a reason that I only get like 3 of these.
Oh, okay.
Or, like,
Gotcha.
yeah, I don't.
You
I don't
get to
do
keep
this
chucking them.
Yeah, no. Alchemists have a limited number unless they have a break to like for the viewers.
Cool.
As an alchemist, you have a limited number of these until you take a break to make more, gather more materials, that kind of thing, or until you go up in level and you can add extra bombs. So currently, I'm only in possession of a couple, which is why I also have all the Mancer spells you've seen me use before, because I can't just like throw 3 bombs and become useless. But these are my kind of like big like powers. So yeah.
Nice. So, everybody give me initiative rolls real quick. And we'll say Zach will go first because he said he was charging.
9.
9?
Well, if Zach's going first, you don't need to roll because we're getting popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool. All right,
So,
Zach.
Zach goes first.
Zach goes first.
If it helps, I got a 22.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I'm just going to run out in the middle, get as close to like in the middle of them without getting on fire from the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one that I can like reasonably swing at, I'm just gonna bonk it on the head.
If you go to the middle of them, you're going to be on fire. You should probably go to the one near the cage that isn't on fire.
Yeah, you could do that. There's one that didn't get on fire.
That one, I will go and hit that one over the head with a flail.
It takes your full might, and you get up there and you just run and swing, attack.
That was a nat 20.
Okay. Apparently it's going to be that sort of night. Cool. All right. What's the damage?
So damage on that is a d8. So I roll. So does that double, or is that how does
Doubles.
All right. So that is 16 damage.
16 damage.
Bludgeoning.
You go running up, and the one by the cage was just half asleep, had his arms folded in front of him as he was leaning against the thing. The bomb goes off, and he's trying to react to it. And as he goes walking towards them to look and see what's going on, you come out and just blindside him and just clonk him over the head. And it actually sends him to the ground. It's just hits him that hard, and he's just dazed and slowly picking himself up. Zach, who would you like to go next in initiative?
I am really curious to see what the laboratory rats that are in mice on fire are doing.
Okay.
So I would like one of the burning guards to go.
Okay. One of the burning guards is trying to pat himself down and like get the fire, and he's actually still on fire and draws his weapon, and he looks over at you and just it's still on flame and mad as hell, and comes running at you and tries to attack. And does 24 hit you?
It does, surprisingly.
It does. Nice. He's gonna run up. He has a little rapier and stabs at you, and just kind of get in. You try to deflect with your shield, and you miss him just in time, and he sticks you right in between the plates of your armor, and you take 11 damage.
Jerk.
With that, I'll say, Jesk, you can go next.
So I think the ground is on fire for like a round. It doesn't last that long. It's like a blast. So probably just round will go out. But just to fuck with them, I'm just gonna use prestidigitation to turn off their fire. So it's all like they're all backlit now.
Okay.
You can see toward them.
It gets pretty dark here. As it was really the only source of light. So now you've got like these weird figures that are aflame, and there's still like bits and bobs around the ground's a little bit of lit. So it's this weird effect of where like you can see shapes and halos, but it's really kind of dark at this point. Cool. Who goes after that, Jess?
I think Jess will also move, by the way, to get like a little farther away.
Fair enough.
And also on like the main area. Just to have to do something else my turn. I'm going to say that Basil goes next.
Basil.
Unlike my colleagues, I'm not going to be rushing the fire because it's going to be a bad idea for me. The cultist who's been kind of knocked down by Sonoran, do they look unconscious, dead, just dazed?
They look like they got the wind knocked out of them, but they're not done yet.
Cool. I'm going to shoot them with a short bow.
Okay.
Make sure we can stop that in tracks. And I have rolled an 8. So arrow just right
You
there.
have fortune from last week, don't you?
That's true. You have your fortune.
You have like personal fortune. Didn't you?
I do? How much personal fortune do I have?
I thought you each got 2.
You got 2.
Oh. Well, in that case, yes, I wanted it to reroll, please.
All right. Reroll.
That's better. 17.
That hits.
And that is 3 points of piercing damage.
So you do that cool thing where like you shot an arrow and you definitely saw that it was going off, so you just like quickly knock another arrow and shoot it, which then hits that arrow and just sends it tumbling, and it just like flops into the dude, and he just falls on the ground as he's expired.
Are you Basil or are you Robin Hood? Which Disney animal are you?
Could be both. You don't know.
As a hood.
Gasp.
I will let Stradeo go now.
Okay.
Stradeo is going to follow suit with his longbow, not rushing, and get the guy who smacked Sonoran.
Okay.
And now I'm going to use my reroll because that is a 2.
Not great. Not great.
But that is a 20.
That hits.
Not nat. So that does 10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah, that arrow is just straight on. And you see it sort of wavering, and you just kind of will it to curve right back, and it hits the guy on the side, and he falls down.
Right.
You just like do that. Come on, that, yeah. And then, that one of them goes down. So you now have one minor guy and the main guy left. Have all of you gone?
Wamba hasn't gone.
Wamba.
And, yeah.
All right. So there's the main guy left, you said.
Mm-hmm. Main guy and one other.
One other? I'll go for the one other,
Okay.
if I can get within 60 feet of him.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Get within that 60 feet. He runs over the little his foot pads against the ground. He rushes over and uses mental ray. So it's almost like a little laser beam left his eyes
Nice.
as he rolls to hit. That's a 9 total.
9 total.
Yeah. I don't have rerolls.
No.
Well,
Just kind of like
So it just
fizzles
kind of-
and hits his feet. sparkles against the stones of the bridge. With that, it's their turn. So that one sees big old Sonoran there and wants to attack him as well. He seems to be a threat. And he comes up, and just as he is about to attack Sonoran, you raise up your shield and you block it. The other one pulls out, kind of looks at you, Jesk, because you moved into up there. Looks at you and is like, I can do that too. And chucks a flask at you.
Oh. Dueling firebombs.
Dueling firebombs.
They're alkalists? They've stolen the power of the lizards?
So he chucks it at you, and it lands at your feet, and just the explosive lightning arcs up around you and does 11 damage.
Oh. Oof. And just drinks the firebomb.
It just looks like a firebomb. It's fine.
Cool. And we're back to Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna. There's one right in front of me, right?
Yep.
Flail.
Flail that rat.
I forgot that was a weapon for a minute and thought you were just like...
Kermit Flail.
I thought that you just accidentally added an L to a bad roll.
Oh, that was a failure.
Aww.
Rough.
Yeah, that's the Pugmire game. We're playing Squeaks.
Failure.
No, rough.
Yeah.
And he's gonna fire me.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does. How much damage?
9 damage.
9 damage. You go and you just swing that flail around and you clunk him on the side of the head. He goes stumbling and falls off the side of the bridge. Excellent. Who would you like to go next?
Well, certainly not one of these stabby people.
They're all gone, by the way. It's just the chemist that's left in the center there.
Okay. Let's give Wumba a shot at redemption on this one.
Okay. Wumba.
Go Wumba.
Redemption. Alright. I wasn't fully ready for this, but now I am.
Now you can do a proper stare down.
Alright. I'm using the Magnitude 5 Parapsychology ability known as Mindstorm.
Oh.
The target
that sounds
must make a
serious.
wisdom saving throw, suffering 8d10 psychic damage on a failed save or half on a success.
You have that at level 3?
That's a Magnitude 5. That's half of my pool.
Jesus.
Just gone. I need to spend hit dice to get these back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much damage is it?
8d10.
Okay.
Half on a successful save.
He did not succeed, so...
Right.
You've done between 8 and 80 damage.
Yeah. 62 damage.
So,
All psychic.
this guy was not looking great to begin with. And so you're just like, yeah. And you can see his head start to swell, and then he just holds it like he's got a bad headache. And then all of a sudden you just see the head just sort of implode in places, and he falls instantly on the ground. Just slumps into a mass.
Basil immediately just like, whoa.
That's why you don't rumble with Wumba.
That doesn't rhyme. That's not how
He does
rhymes
a little
work.
little eye poke.
No.
That was deeply disturbing.
Yeah, I feel like you killed him too much. Like you overly killed him. Is there a word for that? No.
Overkill?
Kill over.
Kill over. That's correct. Okay.
I would
You're
not.
right, I mixed it up.
I need to.
So,
So I also
Stab.
relight the fire now that we're done, so we can see
Okay.
what's going on.
Yeah, you can
and
actually
I just
see.
want to see if he has any more of those vials.
Yeah, no, I want to see that.
When he fell, he broke the only other one that he had on him.
So did he fall and then like erupt into a ball of lightning?
Just sort of like started eating away at his side. Parts of it are cold. A little bit of flame every once in a while. Like the black touch of poison.
And I'm gonna go to the cage.
Okay.
Is it locked?
Yes. And you can see there's someone inside.
Did the guy that we knocked down first have a key?
Yeah, you rummage through and he actually does have a key. He's got a big old chain of keys that seems like there's an unnecessary amount of them.
Take all those
I take
keys.
them all
They might
anyway.
open things. Yeah.
Exactly. I spend 6 minutes finding the one key that unlocks
It's like
person's.
It's like
Nope.
second to the last. Yeah, it's that whole moment. Second to the last. Chink opens up, and the cage squeaks open really loud on its hinges, and that sort of startles the person inside, and he's just like, huh? What? Who?
So you're saying the cage made a squeak in the deep?
Oh, man.
I was thinking it, but I wasn't saying it.
Thank you, Eddie.
So, try to be nice.
I'm trying to be entertaining. We're live.
I appreciate it.
The options are nice or entertaining. Those are the options available too.
Who are you?
I am Stradeo.
Oh.
Squeaks. Who are you?
Marmalade, the Marketeer. Who are... oh, you took care... I see. I'm free to go.
Sure.
How did you get down here?
Just, you might want to avoid that way because there's, like, acid and...
Oh, the acid
then you
pit,
might
yeah.
have to wait for a billion... Then you might have to wait for a few billion years while you talk to some people.
Oh, right. I was going to go see them and ask them if they needed anything because I trade with them.
Well,
Stuff
calendar.
in the city. What?
so
Oh.
you already know about getting...
Oh,
impaled.
yeah. I've given them 1,000 timepieces and they have no idea how to use them. They have
That's
no
clearly
concept
true.
of time.
Maybe an abacus?
Never thought of that one. Good. I'll see if I can find one in town.
Or-
They're a
or
nice lot, though.
sundial.
Have an obsession
There's
with
no
impaling
sun
things.
down here. What will they do with a sundial?
Well, you could shine a
As
light on
much
it.
as they're
maybe.
doing with watches.
No.
true.
Clocks do clock things. Sundials use the sun.
So, what are you lot doing down here? Besides roughing up the laboratory?
Well,
Mostly
we were
that.
given a task.
Oh?
Task.
We were supposed to find... Wait, do you know what happened with Sir Walter Wags? Have you been
What?
here that long?
No, I don't get to the surface much.
Well, he's dead.
Oh,
And-
shame to
Is-
hear your friend's gone.
He's not our
And-
friend.
Oh,
His tomb was raided, and now we're trying to find him.
oh, he's still
We're
alive.
trying to
then.
find his corpse. No,
Oh.
just bones.
Oh, you need some bones, do you? Well,
We need
A very specific set of bones.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
Also, there was a poor tent.
A-
A poor
like-
tent.
Right, like it had holes in it.
Portent of bad luck.
Important.
Poor tent.
Right, I could
Just
probably
because of
sell
speech
you 10.
impediment, you have to forgive him.
Oh,
So-
like a somebody said something. It was gonna happen, right?
Correct.
An O-man?
Gotcha. I'm sorry.
An O-man?
An O-man. Well, I mean, there's a city of man that way, if that's what you're looking for. Crazy laboratories got
Oh, no,
got
a
junk all about it.
portent like an O-man?
Oh, again, the city of man's that way. So anyway, thanks for saving me. You heading into town? Then I could take you back to my abode.
Do you think there's
Oh.
a city of man down there?
Yes, it's very old. That way. It was very nice. There was lots of scavenging to do until the whites came. Damn those rats.
Are they still there?
Yes, with their damn science and weirdness.
Um,
Anyway, Thanks for saving me.
Believe your offer of a rest would actually probably be well suited. We have exhausted ourselves in the past few encounters and perhaps could stand to recuperate a bit before we move on.
Right, well, we could take an extended rest. We'll have to go quietly, though, because crazy stuff all up in the streets want to kill you and rip your face off. It's terrible. Hey, maybe while there you can marry one of my 14 kids as a reward for saving me.
I'll consider it.
All right, excellent. Well, nothing around here left, so, well, somebody's probably going to come for the change of the guard and see this mess. We should probably tidy up and then leave. Maybe they'll just think everybody left.
It's pretty scorched. I'm not sure how to tidy that up.
You know how you scorch a scorch? You scorch it again.
There's acid back there.
That's true. But it's a long walk up there. Hate walk on that walk. Then you got to get across. Had a boat. Don't know
We
what
don't
to
have
do
to
with
get
it.
across the acid. We just have to get the acid.
Yeah, it's a
Put
long
on the
walk.
scorch.
I think it's a shorter walk down to town. You know what? Forget it. Let's go.
Okay.
He's just like a big, fat, little round mouse that waddles his way back into town. You get across the bridge mostly, but as you start to get closer, you can actually see, like, it is, as he said, like an old town of man that just old buildings, crumbled ruins. At the center, though, you can see this very tall spire with this eerie, greenish, sort of purplish glow about it. Kind of points that out. He's like, don't go there. That's where all the craziness is happening. Well, the craziness is happening everywhere, but there, it's real bad. It's like just real bunch of science going on. Damn science.
Please describe the science.
Science isn't a bad thing. They're just bad people.
Fair. Yeah, but I'll tell you, in the past couple of days, I've not seen any good science. So, you know what? Let's get to the hovel. Then we can discuss this.
You refer to your home as a hovel.
Yeah.
It's your home, man.
I mean, I'm just freely admitting that it's not clean, and I haven't had time to clean it, and it's kind of gross. So
It can still be a home.
oh, it's a hovel home, maybe.
I come from the desert where everything is dirt. It's still our
Oh,
home.
yeah.
We encountered someone along the way something along the way that would make it a lot cleaner. A little bit more deadly, but cleaner.
You're talking about the acid again?
No, the slime. The slime thing.
The acid slime.
There wasn't acid in the slime.
Well, it made things clean.
Made things
Burned
smooth.
every-
Smooth and clean are different. I'm smooth, but I'm still kind of gross right now.
While this conversation is going on, Basil is just staring at the tower.
Yeah, it's like an old sort of radio spire. It's like one of the very tall concrete ones. It's like a building, and then like it's got all kinds of spires, and you can definitely tell just from the distance that it looks like it's had some other stuff added onto it to give it a more eerie look. But yeah, it's surrounded within this sort of gloom of green and purple and awfulness. And yeah, anyway, so it looks eerie, and you're almost drawn to it in a way that just you can tell there's some really weird, really odd, very strange things going on there. Strange sciences, weird science, maybe even.
Weird science.
Mm-hmm.
So Basil has the flaw. No matter what, I just can't not try to solve a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't want to derail the game. So I'm happy to follow along and go rest. But also, he's going to be the whole time thinking about that tower.
Don't worry. That tower is something that you will be getting to.
Fair enough. Okay.
Cool. You're drawn to it, and everybody just kind of like, Basil, let's go. Come on. And
That's so we'll go tomorrow. Or later.
Too late. It may not be there.
I think it's been there for a lot longer than we have.
Yeah, that weird
How long
sign's
has
not going
it been
anywhere.
there?
It's been there quite some time to ruin my life. That's months, weeks.
3 billion years.
Yeah, I'm starting to sound like those damn geckos. Anyway, come on. And
All
he
right.
kind of like, no, we're talking. Shh. And he like slinks around and hunches down and goes through like some very weird ways and moves boards. And you come to the back of a very tall like brownstone or flat, which he opens up and goes into. Kind of ushers you in real quickly. And once you're inside, he lights a small candle and he's just like, sorry for lack of light. Kind of attracts the weirdos if you got too much going on. Anyway, kids, you're around, and you see a bunch of other mice and rats and rodents come out, and they're all just all like, Dad, we're happy to have you. Yay! And, well, these lot saved me. Well, why don't you prepare them a proper meal? Anyway, thanks for saving me. I was gonna suck. I was gonna die. Probably. I don't know.
Why don't you leave here?
This is my home. Been here for a long time. Living here in the underground. We found this a long time ago. This place used to be kind of a scavenger's paradise. We all just scavenged and found really cool things, a man, and we had a home. But then those damn the laboratory, the whites came.
Right, but if I lived in a place and then it flooded, I wouldn't try to keep living there. That would be silly.
Well, I mean, most of the island's not flooded exactly. It's just, it's just
But
all
you
around
should live
it.
down here with these creatures.
Well, like it was nice. There wasn't.
But it's not now. Is the point I'm making?
Right, but you just don't leave home. This is my
Yes.
home.
I left home. I'm fine.
I mean, you're making a good point. But
Well, I
let's
have a
say
cool hat that my mom made me.
that is a cool hat. How much you want for it?
You can't have my hat. I'm cold-blooded.
Oh,
I will
I see.
literally go into torpor if you leave me down here without my hat.
oh. Well, we wouldn't want that. So you can keep your
What,
hat.
Basil? You're looking at me funny.
I just had a weird premonition of you being undead. I don't know why. Perhaps the word torpor bothers me. But regardless, I think perhaps there may be some cultural confusion. Rodents such as ourselves are happy to find any place they can to live in, particularly if there's riches like this available, whereas I believe your kind are a little more prone towards wandering and exploring. So it's not as easy for us to pick up sticks and move away when we've actually found some kind of home, because it's so hard for us sometimes to find a home.
That does make sense. I
And
should
this
have
place
learned
is
more
nice.
from my life among the mice. Thank you. Basil,
That
for reminding
said,
me.
if any of us also got a hat like that, we may consider moving.
Yeah, I mean, I'd walk around with that hat on if I had
Is
it,
it-
and I'd want to walk everywhere and show it off.
So
It's a nice hat.
she just wanted me to fit in.
And you're doing quite well.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I like the
so you're all here looking for a specific set of bones, I hear.
Correct.
Excellent. Do you know where they went?
No.
In your general direction, and it happened. When did we say that happened?
That the salamanders said they saw some mice or some rats passing like 4 sleeps ago.
4 sleeps.
Well,
guess that
well,
stays.
yeah, well, because at first they said it was 3 billion years ago.
Oh, right.
So we had to clarify.
Yeah, that's about 4 days to them, I think. I don't know, you talk to them enough, you just start understanding things. Probably because, well, it gets in your head.
That is the most terrifying thing you've said so far.
I'd rather face another bat.
Oh, well, these bones! Yes, these bones that you're looking for. Well, I didn't see anybody come through. I was just caught only yesterday as I was trying to get up there and talk to those fun geckos. Well, there has been some strange things going about. In fact, this market area is, well, let's just say possessed by demons.
What kind of demons?
The unseen are down here?
The frothy kind that's sort of froth. And there's one, well, I believe he's been told to collect some fresh meat by his masters.
Say the demons were frothy?
Yes, they froth.
The ocean?
Yeah. Ocean demons, I guess you could call them. Nah, that doesn't seem right.
But you can see them. They're not unseen.
Oh, yes, they're definitely seen. They're just like these weird creatures that just froth about, and they just look like possessed entities.
Do they have any abilities?
Well, they,
Nothing, apparently.
We've thrown all manner of sticks and stones at them just to try to annoy them, and well, it just they seem to be almost impervious to anything. But I hear things that they are vulnerable to shiny things.
Wait, so they were demons and you tried to annoy them? That's a terrible way to deal with demons.
Well, they were in my home. They were in my space. They were doing things.
You don't want to annoy them. You want to either destroy them or get rid of them.
Well,
Annoying
I'm not
them
exactly
is the
a
worst course.
fighter.
Then why do
Well,
you
annoying
live
works
down
too.
here?
Do you have fighters down here?
Well, no,
To deal with them?
we're all that's left. Anybody,
You and your 14 children.
me and my 14 children, the wife, the cousin, Larry.
Is the cousin Larry or is Larry a separate entity?
No, Larry's just Larry. He has a cousin Daryl though.
Okay.
Where's cousin Daryl?
I don't know. Daryl, where are you at? This guy
I
just
thought you
in
said
the
we had to
background's
be
like,
quiet.
hello. Oh, right, quiet. Yes. Well, I mean, we can shout in here a few times and they won't notice, but you just don't want to make a lot of noise because, well, prowler frothy demons.
You're very confusing.
I mean, I thought I was telling it pretty straight, but
So,
anyway, yes,
So these frothy demons,
yes.
like these were normal before they were frothy, though, right? They weren't always frothy.
Well, they got here frothy, but I imagine, you know, the rats did something to them, unleashed them upon us. Because there's other areas of the city that they're doing some weird experiments in. That's, well, not quite sure what's been going on. I hear there's like mechanical clockwork machines in one area, and on the south side it's just overgrown with plants. Too many plants for my taste. And, well, some say that the town square is roaming with the undead. Maybe your bones are there. Well, no. I don't know. Your specific set of bones could be up and walking around for all I know.
Have you seen any dog skeletons?
No. Haven't
Dog
quite.
undead?
Well, I'll tell you, I haven't gotten close enough to sort of examine what they are specifically, so...
Is there one that is 2 heads taller than the other ones?
Didn't really measure them, per
You
se.
can tell from a distance. That's how height works.
I was more looking into things such as rubbish to find bits and bobs.
How big is the biggest of the ones?
I don't know.
Dang. So, what would you think if you had some fighters to send after them? Would you send them to the town square where the undead are, or would you send them to where the frothy demons are?
Well,
or...
honestly, if you're asking if you could help me out again for your services, I would say that if you could get rid of the frothy demons, then they wouldn't be eating my children. So that would be kind of nice.
How many children did you used to have?
Well, they're all still here. I just don't.
So
wanna
they haven't
lose.
eaten your children.
I mean, it's sort of a
Hypothetically,
metaphorical, and yeah, you know. I mean, they've eaten the neighbors.
2,
That's
3,
pretty bad.
4, 5, 6. You said 14 children, right?
Yes, and they're all like scurrying about, and you can't really tell the difference between any of them.
I counted 37.
Did you get infected by the gecko counting?
No,
problem?
I can count. There's 14. That half of those are not my children. That's John the neighbor. That's his wife, Edith. Then there's their son, Alfred's the cobbler, because he eats cobble. He likes cobbler. The great.
Do they all live here in this one hovel, as you called it?
Well, we used to live all around the square, but now there's frothy demons around, so what do you want me to do? Can't just let them out and get eaten by the frothy demons?
Okay, so let's take a nap and then tackle these frothy demons.
Yeah, yes, you could all take naps, have a nice thing to eat, and, well, where did it go? I was gonna give you something, you know, sort of as a down payment. Be right back. Kind of scurries around, looking in tubs, in chests or drawers, looks up at the fireplace, shoots, and then looks at the sink and is just like, oh, right, I was washing it. Comes back and, like, it's a very large ladle. It's very shiny and very hefty looking. I was gonna give you this. I saw old Bob. He bonked one on the head and seemed to hurt it once. Didn't like that. So I figured, well, maybe the shininess had something to do with it. So it's yours if you'll take care of those frothy bits and the cannibal.
I'm pretty good at hitting stuff, and I'll grab it.
You didn't say anything about cannibal.
Oh, I told you they were eating children.
But
You
if
didn't
they're
back
not
mention
also
it.
children, then they're not cannibals.
Putting the dietary restrictions aside for the moment, I would like to examine the ladle to see if I can find out if, in fact, the shininess is what's causing it to be helpful.
Yeah. So, Arcana, real easy check.
Let's see. That would be 18.
It is a silvered ladle that could easily be used as a mace.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back to Sonoran. It would appear that they may be weak to certain kinds of metal, which is intriguing.
Well, that's good to know.
Maybe even Jessica. I mean, I don't know if you use silver in any of your components, or
Oddly, no. Mostly salt and herbs. Chemicals here and there. A little bit of magic, you know.
it's interesting. Such a relatively worthless metal is this powerful, but
It's true. It's mostly just good for jewelry.
exactly. So, yeah, this is good to know. So if we find more of this silver, that'll be very useful in our quest.
All right. Well, I mean, that's the only one I got, and I can't really go rummaging about right now because...
More of a note for ourselves as we explore.
Right.
But then we could bring it back and leave it to your folks so that way you can protect yourselves in future should this problem reoccur.
Well,
true.
no, you know what? You keep it. You seem like nice folk, so... Nice squeaks in a snick, so, you know, it's yours. Saving my life.
You are too kind.
Right.
Thank you.
So, as long as you just mess up them frothy demons and get rid of them. And the cannibal one. The one
Okay,
that
well,
eats.
let's take a nap first.
Right, you could use, well, no, that's, no, the basement's full of, no, maybe the attic, no. Dining room?
I
No.
find a corner as he's talking and sit
Oh,
down.
you could use the den. The den, I think, is free. Probably.
I go look in the den.
There's a small child, like, playing with a ball or something like that. Just like, hi.
Hello, small child.
Hello!
I'm going to sleep now. Good night.
Yes, just curls up in a corner, under all of his armor and various blankets and ponchos.
Nice.
Just turns into a little pile of snake.
Everyone takes their long rest, so everything's restored. You wake up cuddled with, like, several children who just thought you were warm and cuddly at night. And
I'm very cold. Get off of me.
but, like, there's 3 of them on you, and they kind of keep you sort of warm.
Oh, that's okay then.
That's why they're cuddling with you, because you were cold. They figure you'd need warmth.
So you wake up in the morning, and there is sort of a difference between night and day here, almost as like there's maybe some sun pouring in through small holes and whatever. Yeah. Marmalade is up and about, just sort of ordering his children around to do chores and things. Everybody moves around, sort of scurries quietly. You can definitely tell that they've been doing this a while. Whoever got the ladle, it is a silvered weapon. It is also a +1 weapon, so it has +1 to damage and to hit anything. And it acts as a mace, basically. Or, yeah, a mace.
Man has blessed this ladle.
Cool. So what do you do?
Where are the frothy ones?
Yeah, we are off to find frothy demons.
Well, the frothy demons, you see, the frothy ones sort of like scurry around the square, and the big cannibal one sort of sits in the middle, and sometimes they'll bring him meat that they find, strange animals, rats and mice, maybe.
Is the big cannibal one also a frothy demon, or is it like a large rat?
No, it's very obsessed with meat.
Is it a frothy, like, you've seen it, is it a frothy demon, or is it some kind of creature besides a frothy demon?
No, it looks like one of them, just like a crazed individual that just blood all around their face and down their chest and just...
Frothy demons have faces?
Yes, they look
I think so.
Possessed, like possessed creatures, like possessed rats and dogs and mice and lizards and things.
They're frothy.
They're froth.
Yeah,
they're froth at the mouth.
They have like foam that's coming out of their mouth.
Now that makes more sense. Okay.
That's a whole different thing than I was picturing. I thought they were just swirls of ocean froth.
Just foams of root beer.
That's what it sounded like
I was
with
just
being
picturing a bunch
described.
of espresso cups.
They used to talk about them at the gym. Some of the old dogs.
So, you said that the big one likes to eat meat. Have you guys tried poisoning it? Giving it bad
That
meat?
would have been an excellent plan.
That would have been an excellent plan. I guess we could have fed them Ed. Nobody likes Ed.
That doesn't make Ed poisoned.
Well, we could poison
Because
Ed.
you don't like him to...
They do have a point.
Let's consider Ed as plan B.
All right.
And look for already deceased meat to potentially poison as the first plan.
Well, I had a big roast I was gonna cook up, maybe, possibly.
Is
So,
there a way to unfrothy them?
No,
Like,
I believe they're just too far gone. Strange science from those rats.
no, you said...
Wumba
that,
tilts his head. What did you say about rats?
Nothing, just the whites. I hate them.
Oh.
Ruined my home.
He's talking about the Laborator cults. He's literally got like a rat wife. He's got rat children.
Right, married a rat. It's quite nice. Don't
But
see
being
her.
so sensitive, Wumba.
It is understandable. Lots of us have been lumped in the same bucket as
Right,
the
but
cults.
this is a mouse talking to us. We're not talking to cats or dogs or some other terrible species right now.
yeah, he's not accusing us of being with the Labradors like some of the wrecked cats do.
No, you saved me life, and you all seem like a good lot, and you need to find them bones, so... Tell you what, if you take care of them demons, I'll send out my children and the other scouts and see if they can't figure out what else is going on around town.
That would be
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. Excellent. So you can try to maybe lure the frothy ones around. Maybe. They tend to roam around, but as soon as one hears the other attacking something, they all come running. But that cannibal in the middle, he just don't move. He just likes his little throne on that fountain there.
I wonder if
Pile
perhaps
of
dispatching the cannibal maid disrupts the other demonic possessions.
Oh, it's possible.
I'm still all for the poison meat.
Yeah, poison
Plan.
meat sounds like a good plan.
Do we have
But
poison?
what do we...
I can
Yeah,
probably
meat.
poison it. with my alchemist
Did you
kit
say-
and my medicine knowledge.
Did you say that the thing was the cannibal was also hurting by getting the silvered label?
Yeah,
Or
seems
was-
to be a common thread that they're all damaged by it.
You can just go out and I
Hey,
can
look
just
at
go
the shot.
bonk them all.
I'm gonna bonk all of them.
How many are there?
Just you by yourself.
We've counted 3 billion. No. Damn it, hang out with the geckos so much.
Geckos.
No, there's 4 of those frothy ones as far as we can count.
That is eminently bonkable.
Yeah, if we can. I mean, we just have to bonk one and bonk it before the other one shows up. We
I
only
mean,
have to do
true,
it
if we
one
can
at a
lure them
time.
off, that's fine. I thought you meant like just running in there. Like bonk, 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 which is much more difficult to do.
Probably yes.
I don't think they're that bonkable.
That's a matter of personal preference. We will not be shaming anybody for theirs.
No, because there's so many of them.
We are bonk
It's
pods.
very hard.
Bonks and the donk.
Wasn't gonna say it.
Bonks
Wasn't
the
gonna
bonk.
say it.
Bonks
Squonks in the bonk. Bonk that squonk. Squonk the bonk. Okay.
Squawk
Anyway,
that bonk.
I mean,
I
um,
to squawk.
I'll squonk bonk donk any of them, so we can do that.
you can easily probably set up a trap, like a narrow alley or something like that, if you wanted to lure them into it. Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, let's set up a trap, and then I can make it greasy, so that when they
Oh.
walk on it, they might fall over.
It's a
And
plan.
also,
Easier
Jess,
for me to
Bonk
bonk
them
'em.
while they're on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also, Jess, you have the ability to like create noises, don't you? And like lights or something.
Yes, I can also lure them. I can do so many things. I'm unstoppable.
Inside laughter. Inside laughter.
Cool. So, he kind of points out, he kind of has like a rough map of the area, and he kind of points out this one alley that's a dead end that you could easily sort of lure them into and jump down on them. And it is part of the patrol route of one of them, he says. So you could start with that one and see what happens with the rest. If you're going out into the streets, though, it will definitely take you a little bit of sneaking to get around. So, who's the worst at sneaking?
I think it might be me.
Definitely not me.
I have a dex of
Not
plus
me.
1, so
I don't even have a dex +1. I
Well,
have
then
a
there you
0. Yeah.
I guess it'll be Wumba.
Wumba, give me a roll.
Here we go.
So
17.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just
That's-
a straight 17. Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice.
I like that 17. That's a good 17. It's a very good
Nice
17. You're pretty sure that you all were able to make it around and up to this alley without drawing any attention, so you have time to prepare your elaborate devices.
Set up the bonk zonk.
The
Yes.
bonk zonk. Oh.
Yes. I will cast
Busy.
grease on the ground. in the
Okay.
alley. If anybody turns into the alley, we'll have to do it. That means we need to stay outside of the grease zone, just so you all know. So just don't touch the grease.
Do you want to
So-
put it at the front of the alley, or do you want to put it at the
I would
back
put it
of
at
the
the
alley?
front of the alley, so that
Okay.
we can be behind it and they can be all pro. And then we can just run up and be like bonk.
Okay, cool. I dig it.
And then yes, I will use one of my little cantrips and cast prestidigitation and make what kind of sound should I make? I will make mouse sounds because I can't do that by myself. I will make
So to summarize, there are actual mice in your party,
yes,
but you are going to make mice sounds.
yes. It doesn't take up a spell slot. It's fine. Well, that way none of us have to be in danger to make the mice sounds.
No, but I just imagine that this is just what Jessica thinks a mouse sounds like.
I know what a mouse sounds like. I've been with you all forever. I've been with you all for so long.
I'm imagining a squeak, like a lot of S's.
Actually,
way.
it's just a.
No, Jusk makes the sound of a young mouse in distress, as if a mouse has broken their ankle in an alleyway, and is therefore easy pickings.
Excellent.
Like a mouse, it's broken its ankle. It's 5 years old and it's wearing leather clothing.
Yes. It's
So-
prestidigitation.
You can
It ain't
hear
breakfast.
that squeak sort of echoes down the alley and out into the streets, and it doesn't take long for you to hear the growling and grumbling of a demonic sounding creature, and you can actually hear it as it breathes. You can kind of hear that foam sleeping through its teeth, and you can hear its hot breath and its breathing as it comes around and kind of looks around the corner. It's just this big old sort of gnarled looking, crazy looking just dog. It's definitely got, its face is just full of foam and it's just dripping down, and it's looking around, it's looking for the sounds, and it's,
And we're all hiding.
you're all hiding, I assume that. And it's just looking around, sort of claws around, and it's not necessary. And then it just takes a step in, and it steps into the grease.
It has to make a dex saving throw.
Catches its footing. It's just like,
Damn it.
and just, but then it takes another step, and then another step. And it just sort of passes through the grease as if it wasn't there because it rolled a 20. I'm sorry, Dixie.
That's okay. We've got other demons to lure into the alley. Like,
So what kind of dog?
Indecipherable at this point.
like a zombie dog.
Well,
Yeah.
as a rat who is a similar height of a chihuahua and a pug,
Oh, it's definitely taller than you. Unnaturally tall.
unnaturally tall.
Okay,
I'll
so
have to
now that it,
reach up to bonk it on the head.
It's just sniffing around, and it's just got a beard of foam coming down, and it's rolling down its chest.
yeah, we're trying to prevent it from getting its comrades, correct?
Well, yeah, but there's still the grease there in case they all show up.
Well, I was thinking
So
I would cast Paralyze on it and see if we could do a KO before it had a chance to do anything.
You could try. It's a good idea.
So after it passes through the whole layer of grease, Stradeo starts having a nosebleed, and you have to give a Constitution saving throw.
Now they roll crappy. He just like sniffing around, and then it just stops for a moment, and it's just in this weird, like, contorted look as you can see its eyes just sort of like darting around as it realizes it can't move.
Lauren, bonk it now.
I'm gonna head up to it and bonk it.
Okay, give me a damage roll.
Just going straight to the damage.
Mm-hmm. It's
He's not
paralyzed.
dodging.
There's a lot of these, so
And there were 4.
Yeah, I thought there were only 4. That's why I went with this.
There's gonna be 8 damage.
8 damage. You go up, you bonk it on the head, and you can definitely tell that you gave it a good whack, and as you hit it across the head, you can see the silver ladle leaves a scorch mark, but it doesn't quite go down with the single hit.
Bonk it again.
We have 10 minutes of this.
We'll definitely hit it again.
You hit it again, and we'll say the same amount of damage, and with that, like, the ladle goes straight through its head, and it just sort of, it starts to peel away, and just its flesh starts to light up, and it just burns away and blows out into just this flaming, glowing dust, as it almost seems like it radiantly exploded.
I notice people tend to explode around all of you people on a fairly regular basis.
Well, but he was a frothy demon.
I'm not. The morality is not in question. Simply the blast radius.
Fair enough. If I have a demon dust, I'm gonna like brush off my shoulder.
Yeah,
We can collect some in a small vial.
Yes, you actually have radiant demon dust as part of your accoutrements.
Excellent.
A couple minutes later, more strange squeaks in the streets, and another one comes through and it's just like, but then
Make a
there's
big bang sound.
bang, and then like another one sort of pops around, and then two of them doing that weird thing where like they can't get down the alleyway, and they both slip and fall.
They're both prone.
They're both prone. What do you do?
Bonk.
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 You actually will have to try to hit these ones since it's not paralyzed.
Long range stabby are the ones that are not.
So, that is a 9.
That is a 9 to hit.
That is a 9 to hit.
We'll say it's pretty easy because they're prone. So yeah, that actually will hit, and you bonk one on the head. What's the damage?
The damage is 5.
5. All right. And you hit it, and like the radiant fizzles across it and sort of arches across its body, sort of pops the foam on its mouth. There's the other one. So Zach, who would you like to go next?
I would like Stradeo to go next.
Stradeo, what do you do?
Judeo is going to safely long range stab them
Okay.
with his longbow.
All right.
That called.
And long range stabby.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's called Shabby.
It is official for us, and it's 17.
17. That definitely hits.
Okay, and that is 12 damage.
12
To
damage.
the one that Sonoran already hit.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, that one, you can definitely tell, like, that arrow sunk deeply, but the area around it doesn't do anything, and then the arrow pops out, but by then, it's too late, and the creature just burst into demonic flame. There's still one left.
Oh, that was different.
Who's next?
I will let Jesk go next.
Jesk, what you do?
Jesk is going to Eldritch Blast the other one.
Cool.
The one that's left.
All right.
So that is a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Yeah, I thought so. 1d4 force damage. That is 7 force damage.
7 force damage. I like it. You see your force blast sort of like dent into the flesh of the bean, and it sort of cripples some bones and whatever, but then you can tell like parts of it are already starting to like press back out and reform. Who goes next, Jesk?
I'm gonna say Wumba.
Wumba, what do you do?
Wumba's using his... I want to make sure I got the name right. The Mental Ray.
Okay.
So he's just like paws on his temples, eyes bulging. And rolls a 14 to hit.
Rolls a 14 to hit. That hits.
Yeah. All right. That's 1d6 psychic damage.
1d6 psychic damage.
That is a 6. Yep.
All right.
So a little ray flies out.
The ray flies out and tries to circle around it and hits its and splashes against it, but you see the mental energy sort of ripple, and it causes some damage, but then you see that it just sort of fades away quicker than it usually does.
Oh, that's not good.
Who's left?
Basil.
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 I'm gonna go ahead and just use my short bow to kind of quickly dispatch this creature.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Unlike the others, you sort of line up your shot, and that arrow, it sort of gleams as it goes through, as something possesses it, and it just goes through and shoots clear through the frothing demon, and it explodes in a burst of radiant light and dust.
Study this level of explosion. Very interesting.
And you easily dispatch the fourth one, and then you wait for a little while, wait a little longer, and nobody else comes.
When we dispatch the last one, Basil actually pulls out a strange box with buttons on it, and it starts moving around like this. The box does nothing, but I have the power to smell life. I'm going to see if I can smell other dogs within 60-foot radius.
No, there's actually no life whatsoever around, except for you get life but death along with it, in a faint distance towards the town square, which you pretty much assume is the cannibal demon.
There are no more of these creatures around, according to my scanning device, but I am getting a sense that there is that cannibal demon is probably in town.
Sonoran is counting the number of frothings on his fingers, on his paws.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we got them all. There was the one that's in the town, but the roundings that he was talking about. I think that's it.
I thought it was prudent to check given the numerical inaccuracies we've been running into.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's fair. I would not have thought of that.
Cool. Yeah, so you know that the only thing that's left is the cannibal demon in the town square.
Let's go.
All right.
So we're not going to try to poison it?
Do you
Up
have
to you.
poison?
I was going to poison that meat. We talked about it, but
Do you
now
have
there's
meat?
No... Yes,
We'll say
we
that
got a
you-
roast. What?
Yeah, you'll
Where
say
have
that,
you
Jessica,
been?
you could take the time that you did that.
I'm double checking.
But the point is, we wanted one of the frothy demons to bring it to him. But then we killed them all. So I don't think that plan will work anymore.
Maybe
we
we
were-
can just
Well-
chuck the meat in and it'll eat it regardless.
We were not expecting it to be the frothy demons to be so exploding.
Mhm.
They're quite
So-
exploding.
So we had not encountered that in our calculations. So that was one of those unknown unknowns that we couldn't have known.
They're
Oh.
exploding.
I will
And now
say,
we know.
Jess, the tossing of the meat into this town square seems like a fairly good idea, because you can see that you can get on top of some of the brownstones and other buildings that are here, making up this sort of market district. So you could maybe toss it from the top floor.
Sure, I can do that. I tossed the poisoned meat.
Cool. So you Squeaks and Snick climb up to the top of like an old fire escape and cross over the roofs, and you get to the town square, and you can see that, yeah, there truly is just this horrible mish of cat and dog, rat and lizard. Like, it's got a lizard tail and sort of like cat paws and a dog head, and it's just covered in gore, and it actually, the whole town square just stinks. And it's sitting on this pile of like bone and refuse that used to be like an old fountain of man. And you look over the edge, and you just kind of like whoop, and you toss the meat in the center, and it just kind of looks slowly and just like, and it slowly pulls itself off of its throne, and it walks on all fours over there, and just picks it up with one hand and just starts gnawing on it with its massive, gross teeth. And it sits there. It eats. It eats. And it eats again. And you can actually see that it does that whole like, stomach's not feeling too good sort of motion. But it keeps eating because it can't help itself. And it finishes that off and sort of like starts gnawing on the bone. It's just like, doesn't feel good. And you can actually tell, like, it's moving kind of slowly and looking a little lethargic, and you think your poison worked.
Could probably still bonk it.
Okay.
It's definitely going to take a good bonking.
I'll go bonk it. You guys cover me? From up here, you can shoot down at it if it gets bad.
As you go to bonk it, I will also use paralyze to make sure it cannot move.
Okay.
So that requires double checking.
Check.
Constitution. Yeah, thank you. Constitution.
It fails miserably. It is not in a good place right now.
Prime bonking.
Zach, Sonoran, you go leaping off the building. Give me a strike. Roll an attack. You can roll with advantage because it's definitely not in a good place right now.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 to hit. Roll them dice. Roll them damage dice.
That is a 5.
That is a 5. You do 5 damage. It's not quite dead yet, and I'm going to spend one of my... You can have a fortune as I spend one of my own. And it tries to attack you, Zach. Snoring. Sorry. And it's lethargic, and it just like swipes, and it bites, and it tries... It kind of like puts its paw on you, and you can hear its claws screeching down your shield and your armor. And I'll say
Bad cat.
Basil, it's your turn.
How far away is it?
It's about 2 stories down. Not that far.
Yeah.
20, 30 feet.
Yeah. I'm just gonna shoot it then. I'm a little.
Okay.
Actually, no. Hold on. I take it back. Hyperthermic blast. I'm going to use ice blasts to attack it.
Nice.
In range. So I'll make a range. I have 3 rays. Each one is a separate attack roll.
Can you still cast a spell with concentration going?
Who's got?
Oh.
Paralyzes
right.
concentration.
You are correct.
That is that one
correct.
concentration
I
as
hate
well?
to be that kid.
No. It's good. You're right. Absolutely. Contrary for 2 minutes.
But
Is paralyzing ray a concentration spell?
Paralyze itself is concentration.
Paralyze
for 10
it. Yeah,
minutes.
I did the concentration. You're right. I can't cast another psychic power if I already concentrating. Thank
Oh,
you for
got
reminding me. Then I will just use short bow. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
That is 21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
It is one of those nights, huh?
4 points of piercing damage.
4 points of piercing damage. You can tell again, like your normal bow isn't really doing a lot of damage to it.
Yeah.
But
it's
just
some
enough.
damage.
It's some damage. Damage is damage at this point.
And keeping it paralyzed is better than anything else right now.
Yes, it is. Basil, who goes next?
Stradeo.
Stradeo.
Stradeo is going to once again long range stabby because yeah, and that is a 22.
That hits.
Okay, so that hits for 7 plus 13.
13. Wow. Again, that just sort of arcs, hits it, and it's in its death throes. It's trying to like grab Sonoran, and it's not quite dead yet. Who goes next?
That will be Jesk.
Just roll to see what next.
Hey, I did a high-low.
Nice.
There's only 2 of you.
Nice. All right, Jesk will. I'm gonna do elemental ray, and we're gonna do, I think, lightning.
All right, sounds good.
It's a 25 to hit. I've been rolling 19s all night.
That's amazing.
1d8 damage. It's 5 lightning damage if it takes that.
5, and you with your little snack fingers, you just arc, and it arcs down from your fingers and into it, and then it just lays there. You can see it smoldering as it expires. You've killed the cannibal demon.
Hooray!
All poisoned and also fried.
Yeah, fried poison. Sonoran, you're kind of looking at it and you realize that there was something around its neck that it was holding.
Going to inspect it and see what it is.
All right, you pick it up, and it's just this little it's just this little slab of plastic. You can see there's kind of like a bump in a circular ring around it, and in a little corner is this just sort of logo that says like id.
What's an id?
Id card? Id card.
You speak Old Ones?
Do
Do any of us here know how to deal with the writings of man? I'm not that kind of scholar.
I think
Sometimes-
it's people that know what they're talking about.
sometimes some of the people from the Church of Man would come into the gym because they were looking for people to talk to. I guess I don't know, but
You're telling me you shared a gym with dogs?
I worked there. I worked there.
Okay.
I was an employee. I was employee of the month once. Yeah, at the Husky Street Gym.
Yes.
You flip over the card, and on the back is the motif of the white rat skull again. I think this is important. Should probably hold on to it.
Someone smarter than me should take this.
I'll take.
Basil
I'll
likes
take it.
puzzles.
I do like puzzles. I'm going to spend a disturbingly long amount of time examining this.
Cool. You realize that the longer you hold it and the longer you take it with you, it's special, and you feel fortunate to possess it, which you actually have an extra fortune per day that you can spend to whoever holds this. But you do realize that it is probably also very important to that center spire. And with that, Marmalade comes out with his children and neighbors, and they all kind of rejoice as you've killed the beasts that were destroying and roaming around and eating their kind. And for a brief moment, they're free of the laboratory. Until maybe they hear about, the things that you did here, and they send reinforcements and things. Maybe. Who knows?
We'll be gone by then.
Yeah, everything will be fine.
Tomorrow's problem.
We're going to press on.
He could train his 14 children to defend his village. He'll be fine.
You really should. There's like 37 people you said. There's like cousins and aunts and other families. They'll be
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Cousin Daryl, another cousin Daryl.
Yeah, that joke will never die. You spend a couple days as he sends his scouts and his family and his neighbors out to sort of scout around the town, and they all come back with different stories. And they've heard that there's 3 scientists around the city dedicated to a mastermind that lives in the central tower. They also remarked that all of them seem to have keys, much like the one that you found, or cards, I should say, much like the one that you found on the cannibal demon, and that might have something to do with the central tower. There are 3 burgs that they describe around the sunken town, and they describe them in terms of what they saw around the area, and they tell you of the suburb of the dead, where they saw creatures raised from the dead and are roaming around.
Wait, it's a suburb? They commute?
Yeah, they got the dead are in the suburb,
commute.
and they commute. It's just the worst.
Driving is terrible. It's like living in Atlanta.
Look, the school systems are just not what they used to be in the city.
These vampire tutors are the worst.
Terrible.
All the zombies just want brains. That's all they. That's not much of a lesson plan.
Just want them smarts. They describe one of the other bergs to be overrun with plant life and giant like killer plants that just that could gobble a mouse whole, which they call it the Verdant Inferno.
Ooh.
And then there's the last berg, which they describe has the scientist there is making creatures from metal, and they walk around and clank about, and they have like clockwork mechanisms and things inside of them. And one of the younger ones referred to that as the Clank of Doom. And given those three names, Marmalade's like, well, sounds like you need those keys to get into the central spire and end all this darkness for us. Where will you be going next? Somewhere one of them must have some answers where your special bones are.
What do you all think?
I think we should go to the zombies next.
That would seem to be the most logical.
That makes sense to me. Meanwhile, Sonoran is also has a stick, and he's been play fighting with some of the kids, teaching them how to sword fight.
Nice.
Or stick fight.
Stick fight.
Yeah.
Nice.
He wasn't allowed to use swords, so he only used blunt weapons. So to be little ruffians in training.
Nice.
This is how you stab with a stick.
So next week it will be the Suburb of the Dead, and that's where we'll leave it.
Suburb
Next
of the
time.
Dead.
That's like the least scary of the Dead title. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, Army of the Dead, Suburb of the Dead.
Suburb of the Dead.
Gentrification of the dead. Yeah.
Just wait for Country Club of the Dead and Cul-de-sac of the Dead.
The worst.
Was
They
Mall
did
of the Dead
Country
actually a
Club-
Club
movie?
of the Dead.
No, it was Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead was
Treehouse
in
in
a
a
mall.
mall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Also,
I mean-
the Country Club of the Dead actually happened in The Walking Dead season 3.
Oh
think.
well. I mean, you could do open strip mall of the dead, maybe. Shopping
Mall of the
center,
Dead.
strip mall. Dead. I mean, you know.
Waffle
Yeah.
House
Our
of the
shop
Dead.
of the dead.
Yeah, now you're
Shakespeare
getting pretty
Park of the
specific
Dead.
sort of marketing going.
We all know the scariest one is going to be Nudist Colony of the Dead. So
Oh yeah, no, not.
Taco Bell Cantina of the Dead.
The Taco Bell of the Dead.
Oh.
Ask not for whom the Baja blasts. It blasts.
The best for thee.
Oh.
Nice.
I mean, it's only fitting they did win the fast food wars.
That is true. That's how they won the fast food wars.
Demolition Man, documentary Demolition Man, yes.
Awesome. So yeah, excellent. You killed a cannibal demon and other frothy demons, and you saved Marmalade, and he gave you a silver ladle, and that was kind of awesome. So, and you seem to be well on your way of figuring out what happened to the Tomb of Wags. So yeah. As always, you can find us on the social medias at Vorpal Tales. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Vorpal Tales. We are Vorpal Tales, and we play awesome adventures and terrifying tales almost twice every day of the week now. See our calendar that pops up in the show reels and on our website at vorpaltales.com and on our Twitch channel. Please be sure to check out our shop links on our website. Vorpal Tales has created several great supplements to enhance your games. There's more in the works for all the systems that we play to make your tabletop experience more Vorpally. We also have merch with stuff on it, like our label on it. It's cool. Makes coffee taste better. It's a true statement. I've been SpaceLordPJs. Check out my doodle website at cartoon.ninja. Everyone, plug your pluggables. Let the viewers know what show they can catch you in next and any other cool things that you're doing online.
Hi, same word that I did before, I guess. I'm Dixie Cochran. I go by Dixie Cyanide online. Pronouns are she, her. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Dixie Cyanide, and you can see me next playing here next week. But you can also... are we skipping next week? Which week are we skipping?
We're skipping next week.
Okay,
I'll be
so
on
2 weeks
vacation.
from now, you can see me. And you can also hear me every Friday on the Onyx Pathcast with one of my co-hosts who will now give his information. Eddie?
Hi, I'm Eddie Webb. I'm a co-host of the Onyx Podcast. My pronouns are he, him. Yeah, you'll see me here 2 weeks. You also see me right now hanging out in the comment section of the Squeaks in the Deep Kickstarter, which is going on now. So if you want more of this lovely rodent nonsense, definitely swing by and pledge your hard-earned money to help out and get us some more potential stretch goals. So
For
very
just
excited.
$5, you could read the manuscript. $5.
Yeah, it only takes $5 and you can read all the psychic mouse and rat goodness you could possibly want. Zach?
Yes, I am Zachary Naldert, he, him. I can be found at Zach Rules, like my name below, but without the E, on the Bird app. And I have written some community content, and it's all on my pin post there, so if that's something you're interested in. The next time you'll be able to see me is going to be Saturday. I will be a werewolf in our werewolf game on Vorpal Tales.
Dope.
Hello and goodbye, all. I have been Devin, and I have been Stradeo McSqueaks. And next time you can find me will be on Monday for our finale of They Came From Beyond the Grave.
Ooh.
And I have been Wumba Big Eyes. I'm also Kisama. You can find me on Twitter at TrueKisama. You can find me on Friday in the Blue Rose one-shot on Vorpal Tales. You can find me on Saturdays on Vorpal Tales in Simbarum, I think. On Free League for Simbarum. You can find me on Vorpal Tales on Sunday for Unknown Armies, and you can find me on Monday for They Came From Beyond the Grave finale.
Nice.
That's so much. I don't know how you do that.
I don't even know how I remember it. It's a lot.
Awesome.
A lot.
So finally, it's that time again, everyone. Vote for who your favorite player was tonight, and whoever you vote for will get a free personal fortune for next week. So, Dixie, who's your favorite?
Oh gosh, I gotta go with Zach for the bonking.
He did
Just all
bonk very well.
all the ladling, all the ladling he was doing was very good, and also teaching tiny mice children how to spar was fun.
There you go.
That was
Nice.
very funny. Yes.
Eddie.
I'm gonna give my points to Wumba for just making people freaking explode. That was amazing.
For extensive overkill.
Yes.
Mm.
Best takes back
Kill
the
over.
most of what he says about Wumba.
Nice. Key.
Ooh, it's me. Yeah, my vote goes to Jesk for the grease trap and the wonderful hat.
My hat gets a fortune.
Nice.
Only the heck has been the fortune, though.
Yes, only the hat.
Zach, who do you vote for?
So I am also going to give Wamba a vote for the classical entrance.
Guys, wait up.
Hey.
And Devin, who do you vote for?
And I'll finalize the Wumba votes because of all the other reasons, but the eyes
Yes.
popping.
Awesome being excellent to each other players. Well, Snickersnacks, you don't have to go home, but you can't keep playing this game tonight. Watch our Vorpal Tales crew next Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. No.
Two Tuesdays.
Two Tuesdays. Not next time, the next time. Yes, not to be confusing.
The 3rd of August.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. Dates, that's a thing.
I have a calendar on my computer. It comes built in.
Which means you are better than a gecko.
Mine says it's the year 3 billion, so I don't know. We'll continue our underground adventures and check out all their other Vorpal Tales stuff, and also check out all the other cool stuff on the Onyx Path channel. Remember to be a good dog and click that like and subscribe, and for the love of the dice, game on.